Welcome. Thank you for being here with me. This is Read the Signs with Roxy. We took a little bit of a break there, guys. Thank you for still tuning in with me. I really appreciate you guys clicking on my video. I have been going through some health things, some personal things, and I'm feeling much better now. I'm feeling like I was born again, and my womb is feeling healed. So thank you guys for tuning in. So here we go. We're going to be getting into a collective reading. I feel we're all needing some guidance, some alignment right now. So let's see what Spirit has for us today. I went ahead and I cleansed and I pre-shuffled these cards, but I think out of habit I'll just give it one last shuffle before we pull. So we're going to be tuning in for the collective. Angels, ancestors, guides, for the guide, higher powers, please. We're looking for any clarity, any signs, any symbols, any advice, any tips, any guidance for the collective, please. To align the collective to their greatest good. What do we have? I'm going to be pulling a Celtic cross here. We're starting with the Thoth deck. Okay. The Seven of Swords, futility. Challenged by the Ace of Swords, clarity. Wow. Painting yourself into a little bit of a corner here. You have the Princess of Wands, unafraid to be your sexy, sensual, full of vitality self. The Queen of Discs, the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles, it's so interesting if you look at this, the way the Queen of Pentacles and the Princess of Discs, the way that they are very similar. They're even looking in the same direction. They're both wearing this kind of a headpiece, okay? It's interesting because I feel like this is her niece or someone that she's looking at in a way of like, well, Princess of Wands is your conscious influence and the Queen of Discs is your unconscious influence. So it's almost as though something in the shadows is looking over. And it could be maybe a mother figure. It could be someone, your grandmother, maybe someone who you imagine how you're supposed to behave. Maybe that keeps you from being more sexual or more, I don't want to say flamboyant, but more kind of like a peacock that wants to show its feathers, right? So we have the Knight of Wands in your past, a little bit impulsive, and wow. And then we have this sigil here. I believe this was some kind of, I'm not sure why Crowley made that. I feel like it's just a form of saying, like a period almost. Maybe an ode to the unknown, but that's in your future, okay? If I pull another one on top of that, we have luxury, the Four of Cups. Wow, so a balancing that's coming forward. Okay, let's keep going here. So we have the Star card as you in the situation. We have defeat the Five of Wands in your environment, maybe running into some walls there, into some closed doors. We have happiness in your hopes and your fears. And the Three of Swords, sorrow, but it's in the reverse. Interesting. As the outcome. And the bottom of the deck, we have Princess of Discs. Okay, so I'm feeling this support. I feel like it's a generational support, maybe somebody in your past, somebody, because we have the way we have queens, we have the Queen of Discs, and she's looking at these these princesses, Princess of Wands and Princess of Discs, and it's almost like she's trying to say, all of this is yours, all of this, you can have dominion over these things, over these aspects of your life. But I feel like it's kind of, she's trying to say that the knights are of your past. Okay, knights. For a queen, you're looking for a king, and I feel like there's no kings in this reading. I feel like maybe there's this feeling of wanting to balance out when it comes to money and when it comes to your emotional fulfillment. The clarity that wants to be had here with the Ace of Swords crossed over by the futility. Okay, so there's an element of a truth that you possibly felt too trapped to speak out on, too afraid, maybe. With the star card here, though, the star card to the Five of Wands, defeat, it's almost as though, man, what is this energy? It's almost as though defeat is your way towards victory. Okay, is your way towards this happiness, is this way towards overcoming the sorrows that you have in your life. Because usually the people that we want to hear from, I want to say, like, content creators or people that that we're watching on the internet, people who inspire us, right? I think those are people that usually have come up to a lot of defeat and disappointments in their life, and it's because they've overcome those things that we look to them and we say, wow, that's inspirational. That person is able to overcome things, and I want to be like that person, because it's the people that try their hardest and keep trying that succeed. Now, the reason why they have to keep trying is because they reach defeat in different moments, but it's not, they don't allow those defeats to define them, okay? And I feel like that's what the star card is, like, under this defeat, kind of like, that's what cultivates the star. Okay, the star is able to only be the star because it's surrounded by the darkness, okay? Let's go ahead and pull some clarifiers. Got my Gaian tarot here. Okay, so I cut the deck. All right, and I did pre-shuffle and cleanse these. I have the Sun card on one side, and I have the Devil card on the other side. Okay, bindweed. Bindweed is what is how she decides to depict the devil here, but it's really just depression. It's depression, and it's feeling as though you aren't able to be free. And if you look at this Sun card, it's almost the same, man. It's almost the same dynamic as this challenge right here. So you have the Seven of Swords, and if you look at the Seven of Swords, which is like futility, right next to this, it's almost like she has nowhere to go. It's a very trapped energy. So there might be a part of you that doesn't feel like you're able to move forward in the ways that you want to move forward. And I feel like also it's very similar to the Sorrow card. So there might be a pain, there might be something that you just can't imagine that you're able to overcome if you face it. Like that, and I want to ask you to ponder that. What is it that you think that you can't overcome? Okay, what is it that you think is such a darkness that even the sun shining on it can't bring it peace? Okay, I really want you to consider that, okay? Because I think a lot of times in the light of day, things aren't as bad as we think they are, okay? I think because we're with ourselves all the time, we often can demonize ourselves and demonize these certain things that are actually really human. They're not so bad, you know, like embarrassment or you know, what we imagine, oh, betrayal, someone's not gonna love you anymore because, you know, you're not who they think they are. Those kind of losses aren't really losses. Okay. Sorry, I'm shuffling anyway, even though these are already shuffled. Alright, so I have the King of Earth. See, and I did mention the king wanted to come out here. Alright, so again, so we have the King of Earth, the King of Pentacles, is this is depicted here as the old woman, um, as an elder. And hi, Kura. Hi, this is my king. This is my little king here. Kura is a Leo. Um, excuse me. And okay, and then you have the Five of Wands. Okay, so there's a little bit of wow, of competition maybe. Okay, right. Okay, so there's a call here to pay attention to the cyclical nature. Okay, because I'm feeling, you know, let me read this Five of Fire because I feel like the Five of Fire is really important. Ow, my sleeve hurts. Okay, Five of Fire. See, fives are a number of challenge, crisis, conflict, instability, and change. Okay, so change isn't always a bad thing, you know, but it is something that is going to get the wheels turning. All right. So the fact that we have this wheel present, okay, and then we have this Five of Wands, okay, that's also going to get the wheel turning. And then, so you have the Five of Wands, no, you have the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, okay. So in your action and in your thoughts, we're dealing with change, okay. So it says when you get this card in a reading, you're playing a dangerous game. You like being the center of attention and are tempted to dominate those around you. You may be venting your rage by letting it all out, not caring who might get burned. You may be acting like a hothead, short-tempered, and easily set off, or you may enjoy testing yourself by playing with fire. Rage and anger are often masked for that which we fear, representing by the frightening faces in the smoke. We can let the circumstances of our lives harden us so that we become increasingly resentful and afraid, says the Dalai Lama, or we can let them soften us and make us kinder. We always have a choice. So it's interesting because I feel like to the Five of Fire to the Three of Fire, and you see the way that she's choosing to dance with that and to be in sync with the cyclical nature of fire rather than you know, play on the combustible parts of it. I think it helps. Okay, your affirmation here is I courageously face my fears. So dealing with things that are hard to navigate, and I feel like that's, you know, it's asking you to tap into, you know, this elderly energy, someone who loves and cares for more than just themselves, and investing into tomorrow. Okay. um I do feel a very strong, like, elderly energy, maybe like a grandmother overlooking you. And that's perhaps, you know, trying to tell you that you are also the grandmother. You're not just the daughter or the granddaughter in the situation. Okay, I feel like it's pointing to, pull some more here. It's pointing to something bigger. You know, your sadness. I feel like there's a sadness that you're trying to process. It's not just yours. Okay, not just your sadness. And if you're an empath, if you're an empathetic person, it's definitely not just yours, okay? We're all affected by each other. How much of your precious day do you invest in the past. Everything from your past, except wisdom and love, has long since served its purpose. Witness what calls to you from yesterday and why. God gives you only the present, moment by moment. Wow. And then you see the window going to another window, going to another window. So I feel like in that moment, looking in through one window, looking in through another window, into another window, I feel like it's kind of saying that we're always new and that we're always given a choice to become new or be new or embody a newer energy. Okay. So I feel like that's maybe what's going on here with the Princess of Wands and the Knight of Wands in your past. It's kind of saying like overcoming this like need to impulsivity to reach out or to grasp or to that there's something that you need to gain by effort, and kind of stepping back and understand that the Queen of Pentacles, which is your subconscious, she's kind of saying that you garner the kind of respect and the love and the authority, all the things that you want in your life. It cultivates from an inner place. It cultivates from within. And what also is within that, what you cultivate in there, sorrow or pain or defeat, those things are also very important to the mix. Okay. And you can't have, you have to have duality. You have to be able to sit with both. Okay. So don't shun the pain. And, healing, I think it was Gabor Mate that said it, but healing is not the ability to be pain free, but your ability to hold the pain and be present with it. Because to exist is I think you're never going to be free of that pain. Okay, it's just being able to coexist with that. All right, I'm feeling called to read this Elder of Earth, so I'm gonna read it really quick. The Elders, which is the wisdom, counsel, ancestors, your descendants. Okay, so Elder of Earth. Elder of Earth lives a simple but abundant life. Her hard work and diligence have created wealth, and she enjoys ample security and stability. Yet she knows that true prosperity lies in her relationship with the land, with family and friends and community, with the great mystery. She lives with the truth that these are riches beyond measure. There is a great wisdom in lifestyle simplicity and self-sufficiency, and cultivating these skills can enrich all. This is someone who may have earned community recognition and respect, thanks to a lifetime of dedicated work on behalf of Mama Gaia, for instance, by championing environmental issues. The Elder of Earth is deeply content within and at peace with her place in the world. Your affirmation is, I spin a prosperous and abundant life for myself and for those I love. Right? Yeah, there's a very strong message of wanting to make better choices in order to sustain a future that's deeper than just your existence. It's more for the environment around you, for your community, for the people that you love, and in the world that you love. Because I have a strong feeling here that you are attuned with nature, and that you do love. You do love holy, especially with this happiness, the Nine of Cups here, that you understand joy, and with the Three of Swords, I think you also understand sorrow. And the way that it's in reverse, I do feel like, you're just understanding how important it is that you've gone through the pains that you've gone through. Also with the Seven of Swords, challenged by the Ace of Swords, I think that you're understanding exactly at this time your own personal truth and why it is that you kept yourself in deception for as long as you needed to, and you're having a lot of compassion as to why you needed to be that way. Okay. All right. I love you guys so much. I hope that this message helps. This is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So if it resonates, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe share with other human beings so that we can get this message out to the collective. I love you guys. Is that okay?